You won't believe how much buyers are overbidding on properties in San Jose. Stay tuned with me to hear the actual numbers. Okay, here I'm going to be reporting on the closed stats for February 2022 in the San Jose area. You are just not going to believe what is going on in this real estate market. I have been doing this 18 years and I've not seen numbers like this at all ever before. So we're going to jump into the charts, look at the data relative to past history, relative to last year and the previous month, and really get a feel of what direction the market is trending. So let's look at the computer and get into those charts. So I'm starting here with the Santa Clara County market update chart. I like to start this because this is all of Silicon Valley to give you an idea of what is going on in the real estate market here. The market is definitely appreciating as far as prices go. Both the median and average prices were up, and the demand is high and supply still very low. Our demand, we are seeing over 17%, as I mentioned in the intro, on average percent over asking price for properties that are being closed. What? That is amazing overbidding, not seen historically. We'll talk about that a little bit later. And it is the 28th month in a row that prices have been up year over year. We're on a big streak of price appreciation. The San Jose average home price is up 19.7% year over year, or from February 2021. So that is just a huge jump in values, and I see it actually continuing to go up even more. So let's look at the actual San Jose data. So here is the San Jose chart. You see that the price increase has just been pretty constant for several months in a row. Our pending sales are at record levels. Look at this purple dotted line where I'm drawing the pending sales right now. It is rare to have seen this many pending sales in a while. And last year we held strong sales throughout the whole time, but not quite this early in the year. So to have that many pending sales in February is extremely strong seasonally. We have very limited options. That inventory, again, is really low, and we are just selling those properties really fast. As you draw that line, you can see that maybe a couple winters we hit this number, but here we are in February with this kind of inventory, and in March it really hasn't increased much this first week of March. So it is just driving buyers to overpay to win a property. It really feels like an auction when buyers are going in. It's pretty crazy. So we're looking for the supply to hopefully improve over the next several months, because it typically will do that seasonally if you look at the charts here. So typically we're going to increase for a few months until maybe May, June, July do we typically see the peak in inventory. There's a couple of years that it was a little bit later than that. So who knows? But definitely we're not there yet. And the demand is going to take some time to settle, just because we don't have enough inventory to satisfy everything that's going on. By the way, if you like this video, please like it, comment below. I'd be happy to discuss your questions. Subscribe to my channel for more updates like this and more buyer and seller tips for San Jose. Okay, so let's look at the actual stats, giving a perspective of the year before as well as last year. Here you can see the average price in San Jose for single family homes was $1.784 million. That's up 7.4% just in 1 month, and 31% year over year. Now the numbers I talked about at 19% in the beginning was Santa Clara County, remember. So this is San Jose specific, up even more. Amazingly, San Jose has seen a bulk of that attention and appreciation. And part of that is it's actually one of the more reasonable priced parts of Santa Clara County. Therefore, it is seen, I guess the dollar amount it's appreciated isn't quite as high as, say, a $3 million, $4 million property. So the percent of homes in contract is still extremely strong, a little bit lower than last month, but we're down still at 75%, which is at the record lows. And overbidding is at a record high ever. We've never seen on average 18% over. Pretty crazy. We said in Santa Clara County it was 17%. In San Jose, it's actually 18%. The previous month, we were near the record prior to that of 13.9%. The record before that was in April 2018 at 13.4%. So we are in unprecedented times with buyers being so aggressive with their funds and coming in with really, really strong offers. It's not unheard of to see an offer $400,000, $500,000 over, in some areas even more than that. It's just pretty amazing. So the days of inventory has actually gone up slightly as inventory starts to increase. The number of sales is up from the previous month, but down from the year before. Again, I think that has to do with the inventory. And the pending sales are really strong. We're up 25% from the previous month and up 22% from 2021. So buyers are really out in force and showing that with getting properties in contract and sold quickly. So how's the market overall? Well, let's look at these charts again. So as you can see, the inventory, or this yellow line, is really low for this time of year, looking back at the same time. We saw a similar situation back in 2018, and that's the only time on record that I have that. I do have these records way back further than this, but there was a fundamental shift in 2012, 2013 that really changed the rhythm of the San Jose market as it recovered after the 2008 crash. So sales are starting to ramp up seasonally, as we would expect. So February is a little stronger than January, like we talked about. And buyers are just really strong because these pending sales, they never really dipped. We had a very strong fall. If you've been watching me, you know that. And from year over year, look at that increase in the pending sales, really a big increase. And the prices, they are of course staying strong, they're continuing, and you see the slope has actually changed a little bit to even higher. Now that slope we typically do see at the very beginning of the year, we see that big increase in prices. I do expect it to be settling out pretty soon because we've got interest rate forces, the stock market that's not doing as well. All of those things, hopefully rising inventory will dampen the prices. I don't see them changing direction, but I think that prices, or at least the slope of that appreciation, is going to change. Okay, interest rates, they've actually ticked down a little bit. Jumbo rates are a little bit different, but we're expecting to see about 4% by the end of the year. So I think that's part of what's motivating buyers to get out there even earlier right now. They know interest rates are supposed to go up, and they want to get in before they go up too much. Here's the S&P 500 versus prices chart. And as you can see, the S&P 500 has really dropped in the last month, where prices haven't shown that. Now, it's kind of a little bit of a trailing indicator, if you will. When the interest or the stock prices drop, that affects the buying power of buyers today, which won't close for another 30 days or more. So it's a little bit of a trailing indicator, but I'll tell you, on the pending sales that I'm seeing out there, we really just haven't seen it. There's still some buyers that have enough cushion that are still able to get in. I don't know if they're going to sync up again soon or not, but this is an interesting that we are in opposite directions right now. Okay, unemployment still really strong, continuing to drop 3%. Now the county-wide condo market, so this is all of Santa Clara County. The supply in the condo market is extremely low again. We've only seen it once, again in that 2018 timeframe. But sales have really jumped up in February. Prices have really shot back up in February. So I expect prices to continue to appreciate quite a bit, actually. You know, if you look at the condo market, single-family home market appreciated a lot during the pandemic, but the condo townhome market didn't really. It actually stayed or just reached its 2018 peak. So the prices were not really much of a gain, and now we're starting to see that gain. So I expect to see even more gain to line up with the with the single family market. And as companies open up and more employees are required to be back to work, I think a lot of those young buyers with the crazy prices here, you know, a median price, an average price of over $1 million, a lot of buyers are going to be jumping into the condo or townhome market first. And that demand, I expect, is increasing and going to increase even more really shortly. So next, there's a couple buyer and seller tips I want you to check out. If you're looking to buy, definitely think through the trade-offs of price point versus what area of San Jose you want to buy in. And then if you're looking to sell, listen to this actual seller story and how they got the best return on investment. You'll see before and after pictures and hear their side of the story. Thank you so much for joining me.